Hello and welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. I'm glad that you are back and still watching me. Please do check out my previous videos, my last one on the professional skills test and the truth behind that. However, today the new topic of discussion is how do I get into teaching? So, I'm going to discuss the various different routes you can get into teaching and what they might require. So let's get into it. So there are a number of ways to actually get into teaching, whether you want to do secondary, you want to do primary, early years. In order to actually get onto a teaching course, you need a minimum of a 2-2 at university. I know there are some places that will accept a third, however, they will only accept a third if you do a master's. And when I mean a 2-2, it could be a first, 2-1 or 2-2. A disclosure and barring service, which they call DBS. This basically says whether you are actually able to teach, that you don't have any criminal records, any criminal convictions, anything against a child, anything like that. Because you need a clean record to do so. Majority of the time there are some things that they will take into special consideration. So there are many ways to get into teaching, and I'm going to list all of them. So you can do a PGCE, which is a postgraduate certificate in education. You can do an undergraduate in teaching, which they do a BA in primary education. You can do a schools direct approach as well. Postgraduate teaching apprenticeship, school centered initial teacher training, which they call SCIT, a graduate teaching program. Actually become an unqualified teacher where you don't actually need a degree, but you just need quite a lot of experience to get there. Or you can do early years. So those are the main ways you can get into teaching. The main three that I'm going to focus on in this video primarily is schools direct, PGCE and teach first. Early years is one as well, is around about exactly the same as your PGCE, but the only thing you're just focusing on children from the ages from 0 to 5. Your PGCE is a postgraduate certificate in education. This is where you are now able to get 60 credits of your masters, have 1/3 in university during your teaching time and 2/3 out of university. And you will also, once on completion, to get your qualified teacher status, which you get for all of them, and to get your PGCE, that means you are able to teach anywhere in the world, bar some, but the majority of the time you are able to do so. That seems to be one of the most popular routes for teaching, because you're able to have that time at university to immerse yourself in, to get yourself in slowly, learn all the process, do some RE lessons, some maths lessons, English sessions and art sessions before you get essentially chucked into school. The next one is schools direct. This is for people who really don't want to be in university. They've had enough, they don't want to do that, immersed in the school life, they want to be there straight from September. And although you don't get a PGCE, which enables you to teach across the world, you still get a QTS. In saying that, there are some schools direct placements that you are able to get a PGCE from as well. Link to schools direct is unsalaried and salaried. Give those to people who have been in the education sphere for about 3 years, and a majority of those people tend to be adults who can't necessarily come off of income because of housing or looking after children, and those places are very limited. So the majority of schools direct places you will see will be unsalaried, but it's for a year, you just get past it and then you get a job and hey, you earn your little money. They both do exactly the same thing, it's just that one gets paid and one doesn't. The last one is teach first. Teach First is a charity basically where you will do 2 years and you'll go into schools that are not performing the best. So these are more underprivileged schools, and you will go there for 2 years. At the end you will come out with a PGCE, you will come out with a QTS, and these places tend to be funded. So you have 2 years of it and you will get paid to do so. However, you need to have a 2-1 and above to do so. They're not easy to get into, so you need to really, on your actual application, really sell yourself and tell them why you really want to do it. If you want to be able to teach across the world and do all of that, the PGCE is the way to go for you. If you feel as though I don't really want to be in university anymore, I've already done that whole spiel, but I still want to teach across the world if and when I'm ready, a schools direct with a PGCE is the way to go. If you are then a person who's like, nah, I don't want university, I don't really care at this moment in time to teach out of the UK, I want to stay and do that, and you don't mind not getting paid, the unsalaried schools direct will be great for you. They are linked with universities, so you will have to, they are linked with universities or alliances where you will need to go in at least once a week, you know, to do your professional studies, or there are assignments for every single thing. There is, I'm sorry. You are an adult per se who has children or mortgage to pay and you just really cannot come off an income, then the salaried schools direct will be great for you to do, because it pays you money to teach. What are the typical routes into teaching? There is an unqualified teacher. If you don't want to go to university, you don't want to do any of that, but you still really want to teach, you can do the unqualified teaching route. I did have the opportunity to do it, but I chose not to because I wanted to do my PGCE. I wanted to become a fully qualified teacher, which I'm aiming towards. I'm getting there slowly. Wish me luck. But that is a route you can take. I became a TA before just to see if I wanted to continue teaching, and I did. But that is a great route to do. To actually be immersed in the school life first and to actually teach, then to see whether you want to do so. But I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make it too long, but whatever route you take, please research it and see what is good for you, because what's good for me will not be good for you. I really wanted to do schools direct at the beginning, but then I changed my mind and did a PGCE because I know I wanted that kind of university life first and to be immersed with other people. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.